Hello everyone, welcome to my channel where we talk about the things we love like gaming, shows, and anime. Dino Crisis is one of the best PlayStation 1 games that I ever played back in the day. It was a blast. It had me doing laps trying to find a way to progress most of the time, but I still had a really good time with this game. Heck, even if you try this game out now, you'll still have fun and you might even get spooked out. Now, for the longest time I've been delaying this video. It's took me quite a lot of time and research to get it prepared. But the day is finally here, and I hope you enjoy the 10 awesome facts that you probably didn't know about Dino Crisis. But before we begin, can you guess who this character is? The first person to guess it correctly will receive a shout out. Just make sure you spell it correctly or it will not count. And with that said, let's begin. Number 10. Dino Crisis was created by Shinji Mikami, the same creator of the Resident Evil franchise, which explains why the gameplay is identical to the original Resident Evil trilogy. In fact, if you bought the game Dino Crisis, it would come with the demo of Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Can you imagine how exciting it must have been like to buy this and be given a demo disc of Resident Evil 3 Nemesis? The demo did succeed in making you want to buy the game since it let you reach the police station and take on the Nemesis. Playing it now was by all means a blast from the past. Number 9. There's a 6-part manhwa based on the first Dino Crisis game. It was published in Hong Kong by a company called Jade Dynasty and it was produced by Tony Wong. The art style looks really good. I'm glad it isn't a manga since the color really makes every page look very detailed. It's a shame that there aren't any English translations for the manhwa, but if you've played the game then you'll definitely understand what's going on since it has the same characters from the first game. However, the events shown in the manhwa appear to be far more epic than what we see in the game. Number 8. In Resident Evil 3, Jill has a secret costume that makes her look like Regina from Dino Crisis. The character model looks like it's straight up Regina and not an alternate costume, so that's neat. But also in the game Dead Rising 3, there is another Regina costume that the character Annie could wear. It was included in the EX Plus Alpha add-on for the game. Number 7. Regina made her first crossover appearance in the game SNK vs Capcom Card Fighters 2 Expanded Edition for the Neo Geo Pocket Color. This was a Japan-only sequel to SNK vs Capcom Card Fighters Clash. The next time we see Regina in a crossover game is Namco Cross Capcom, where she ends up on the same cruise ship as Bruce McGivern and Fong Ling in Resident Evil Dead Aim. A neat surprise considering the fact that it's one of my favorite underrated Resident Evil titles. Number 6. Aside from Dino Crisis 1, 2, and 3, there were actually 2 more Dino Crisis games that were made in between 2 and 3. 2 years after Dino Crisis 2 came out, a game known as Dino Stalker came out on 2002, which was a part of the Gun Survivor series. So far, the Gun Survivor series was about the Resident Evil spin-offs, so it leaves you wondering if Dino Crisis and Resident Evil is from the same universe. By the way, the game Dino Stalker seemed like a good idea since it's like an arcade shoot-'em-up, but it still didn't deliver to the fans and it was quickly forgotten. The other game that came out before Dino Crisis 3 was Dino Crisis Dungeon in Chaos. This one came out in 2003, a year after Dino Stalker, and it was a first-person shooter mobile game. It was probably cool back in the day when mobile phones started coming up with downloadable games, but now it's clearly outdated, and since it's a mobile game, there's a very slim chance that you'll ever get to play this game. Only 2 ways to play the game. 1, if you know someone who kept their old mobile phone and it still works and has this game downloaded into it. Or 2, if you have a PC and use some sort of emulator that allows you to play mobile ROMs. Number 5. The reason why the franchise of Dino Crisis never got as popular as a Resident Evil series was because the sequel was a lot more different than the first game, which disappointed many fans of Dino Crisis, and then things got even worse when Dino Crisis 3 came out. It was even further from the original source material, too far to the point that people just gave up on the franchise. But around 2014, there were some rumors that Capcom was working on a new installment of Dino Crisis, possibly being Dino Crisis 4 or something better, a reboot. This way there's a chance of bringing back the horror elements we loved from Dino Crisis 1. Shinji Mikami did say that he had ideas for a new game, but nothing came of a new Dino Crisis game. 2 years later, the producer of the game Monster Hunter Online said that he was interested in working with Capcom for a revival of the Dino Crisis franchise. But now it's yet another year and no news of a Dino Crisis revival has surfaced. yet. Number 4. Just like in the classic Resident Evil games, Dino Crisis rewards you with extra costumes for Regina if you complete the game. The first time you complete the game, you will be given 2 alternate costumes, the army outfit and the battle outfit. You'll notice that using these costumes will also change the appearance of your weapons. Now, the second time you complete the game, you will be given the final alternate costume, which is the ancient outfit. Once again, the appearance of your weapons will be changed to match your outfit. So in this case, the guns, shotguns, and grenade guns will become fish, snakes in a stick, and even bigger fish. Number 3. There's another extra feature that gets unlocked if you complete the game a second time. You will unlock a brand new mission called Operation Wipeout. In this mode, you are dropped into various areas of the complex and given limited time and a limited amount of ammo and medical supplies to hunt down a set amount of dinosaurs. The map function cannot be used in this mission though, and many of the doors cannot be opened, similar to the bonus missions in the classic Resident Evil games. Here, your mission is no longer to find Dr. Kirk, but instead it's to hunt down every dinosaur you come across. There are even some cool new weapons that you can use, but here's the kicker. If you complete the game for a third time, you will be rewarded with a super grenade gun with infinite ammo. And once you've seen all 3 endings, the game will prompt you to play it once again, but in a shorter time frame. Number 2. Dino Crisis was actually going to get a portable version for the Game Boy Color. There was even a beta showing us what the game looked like. The game was being developed by British studio M4 Ltd. The company said that the game was going to be more of a top-down adventure instead of being the same as the PlayStation version that we got. But for unknown reasons, the game was never finished. In fact, these are the same developers who gave us Resident Evil Gaiden. So there's a chance that plans were changed and in the end, they just finished working on Resident Evil Gaiden instead. A demo of the game was created and it used a similar battle system as Resident Evil Gaiden, so the game was going to turn out to be quite impressive if you think about it. But in the end, the game was sadly cancelled. Number 1. Dino Crisis for the Game Boy Color wasn't the only cancelled Dino Crisis game. Apparently, there was going to be a Dino Crisis game for the Game Boy Advance. Another British developer known as Fluid Studios was working on the game, and it was going to have 7 maps with over 100 rooms in total. The gameplay was going to be different from the Game Boy Color version. In this one, it would use static backgrounds and images accompanied by text sequences. Not sure how that would have turned out, but I would have loved to try them out and see for myself. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if so, please leave a thumbs up, especially since YouTube is screwing over this channel and a thumbs up is what makes YouTube look the other way. Share and subscribe if you haven't, and don't forget to click on the little bell icon next to the subscribe button to notify you of every new video that gets uploaded to the channel. Also follow me on Twitter and Facebook to find out which videos are up next and whatever random posts I make. But anyways, I'll see you on the next video, and remember to have an awesome day.